Hi, I'm Lee and welcome to the Cellar Door. Today we're in the picturesque town of Beechworth. Founded in the 1850s Victorian gold rush, Beechworth became one of the most prosperous towns in the state. Billson's Brewery, founded in 1865, is one of Australia's oldest breweries. Let's go check it out.
Today we're about to step into a world of many flavours, brewing tradition and local pride. Outside the historic facade of Bilson's Brewery, I'm meeting with director Nathan. Since taking ownership in 2017, he's not only preserved the legacy of this iconic establishment, but has also introduced a fresh vigour and passion into every sip. Nathan's story with Bilson's is a testament to the enduring spirit of Beechworth. Let's hear his tale and experience the magic behind these doors.
Nathan, thank you so much for having us here. I can already feel the history and the happiness bursting out of here. Tell us about your place.
Welcome, thank you for visiting. This is actually Australia's oldest tower brewery. It was built in 1871 and there's an original spring water source on the site that we get all of our water to make every product from. It was an original brewery established by George Bilson, and over the last 5 years, my family and I have tried our hardest to try and bring it back to life.
All right, Nathan, let's head on inside and you can show me all the wonderful things you've got here.
For sure, come through.
Bilson's vintage vibe is both captivating and cosy. Every corner of Bilson's tells a story, from the iconic tower to the stonework of the speakeasy and the sweet aroma-filled factory. It's an inviting fragrance that transports you straight to childhood. Let's head upstairs where Nathan is going to take us back in time to where it all began.
So Bilson's is Australia's oldest tower brewery. The reason why the building's such an interesting and unique shape was so that they could use gravity to make beer. There's some giant Cornish boilers outside that generated steam power, and that drove the grain elevators up and down this tower. The Bilsons did a lot of things on site. They originally chose this site for its beautiful spring water. There's a red brick well dug by the Chinese gold miners that's 7 metres deep and 2 metres wide with some of the most spectacular spring water in it. Every product that we've ever made on site has used that beautiful spring water inside. George and his family came over. He was born in Leicestershire in 1817. They travelled via the goldfields looking to find their fortune, landed in Bendigo. They ended up travelling up to Wurrigi, where they built a 2-storey hotel. And in 1865, he made his very first batch of beer out the back that became super popular in the goldfields. They then purchased a brewery in La Street called Ovens Brewery, and they renamed it Bilson's Ovens Brewery. It again became really popular and they outgrew it. So in 1871, they started building what's now become Australia's oldest tower brewery. Originally, they made beer here, as well as cordials, tonic waters, and bitters. They worked really closely with the local pharmacist. So the original 5 cordials here were raspberry vinegar, cloves, peppermint, brewed ginger, and lime juice. And I believe we're still the only cordial manufacturer in Australia to continuously make cloves and peppermint for over 150 years.
Oh, the good stuff. Within those archives that you found, is that where that particular mural came from?
It is. So yeah, we came across a bunch of old labels. Some of them had outrageous medicinal claims on the front, but they all had this overlapping AAB, which was one of the first trademarks registered in Australia.
So Nathan, this was one of the gorgeous labels that you found in the archives, is that right?
This was one of the original 1800s cordial labels that we discovered. It really inspired us when we found it to go back to the label look and feel from the 1800s.
And is this our man here?
It is. That's George Bilson Sr. He became the Mayor of Beechworth. His son over there, George Bilson Jr., became the Mayor of St Kilda, and together they built some really incredible things.
which you've taken over and made even more incredible.
Hope so. Come on, Lee, do you want a little taste of some of our cordials in the tasting room?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
With nearly 50 flavours up for grabs, our taste buds are in for a wild ride. But before we dive into that flavour fest, we've got to kick things off by sipping the heart of it all, the pristine spring water that's the base of every Bilson's brew.
This is the secret to the entire business. This is our beautiful spring water straight from the well out the back. The entire reason that they chose to set up the brewery here was for its magnificent spring water, and every product that we've ever made has started with the beautiful water.
Wow, so everything we've got around us here, that's in there.
It does indeed.
All right, let's do this.
Try.
Ooh, so clear.
It's good.
It's really special water. It does obviously originate as rain, travel underground, gets filtered through the beautiful granite in Beechworth,
Yeah.
and then comes up here.
Oh, that is so fresh.
In 1876, in Philadelphia, they had the first ever World Trade Fair in the United States.
Yeah.
It was to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And in this World Trade Fair, they had 10 million visitors from 36 different countries. And the exhibitors there included Alexander Graham Bell, who invented the telephone in that year.
Yeah.
The other things that were seen and therefore invented for the very first time was popcorn, root beer,
Wow.
ketchup, and George Bilson and his sons sailed over with the spring water straight from the well out the back and won a first prize in their category for it.
Nay, thank you so much for giving us this incredible tour of your brewery. I love the water, but I'd love to taste a few of your other products made with this gorgeous ingredient.
That sounds brilliant. Let's go and meet Sam and have a taste.
Great.
Sam is the heart and soul behind Bilson's hospitality. He's got a story for every flavour and a passion for every pour. Let's go meet him.
Sam, hello.
Lee, welcome.
Thank you so much. You are our hospitality manager here that I've heard so much about. What are we tasting today?
I've got a few products for you today.
Yeah.
We're going to probably start with some of the newer ones and then sort of go back in time. First one of which, my little contribution to the range.
We heard about this.
Coffee liqueur. So the story behind this one simply was way back when, a few years ago, down in the speakeasy had a cold drip coffee tower that was collecting more dust than making coffee. So I figured it's too nice to not use. Found some coffee that was lying around, ran this thing and made some cold brew coffee. Personally, I'm a bit of a latte man, not a cold drip kind of guy.
Understand.
But didn't want to waste the coffee. So found some recipes for liqueur, batched it up. Thankfully I did, because later that day we had a bit of a run on espresso martinis. Henceforth, it passed the pub test effectively. And after a long while of handwriting labels, we finally got a beautiful bottle, some proper labels. And it's now a product out there. But by all means, jump in. It's really light, very easy going.
Oh, that's delicious.
Awesome.
Lovely and sweet. It is really light though.
Yeah, it's a very light. You sort of get nearly some more chocolatey caramel kind of notes in there as
Might
well.
have to go again.
Yeah.
While I finish this delectable glass of coffee liqueur, stick around. And after the break, we'll dive into Bilson's most beloved beverage. You don't want to miss this one. Welcome back to the Cellar Australia. We've got Sam here at the bar today, ready to pop open a can of Bilson's signature drink. I'm very excited to taste this one.
So this particular product is probably what we're more well known for these days.
Yes.
Maybe not cult classic, but definitely a classic for sure in the making, and that's our Fruit Tangle vodka soda.
Bit of a story behind this.
The story behind this, so this actually was born behind this tastings bar. Nathan, our director now, he actually combined 4 different cordials to then effectively create that flavour. I'll let you have a taste, and then I want you to see if you can can guess a couple. Same thing, another childhood memory I think we all grew up with.
Yeah, definitely. Oh wow. So lime, lemon lime,
Lemon. There is lemon. There's another citrus.
another citrus, orange.
Yes. Yeah. So we've got blood orange. There's lemon ginger.
Is there a ras? No.
There is raspberry in there. Yep, that's that berry.
Yeah.
That's that sort of
So what have I got? That's the 3.
There's one more, which is a bit of a harder one to pick out of it, but think along the lines of that green colour.
Apple?
Not quite.
No.
It's a herb, mint julep actually. A very small proportion, but that gives you sort of the freshness in there as well.
So obviously this tastes amazing, very nostalgic. Is this selling well? Like, is this one of your popular ones?
Hands down, one of the most popular. It nearly broke the internet for us when we first put it out there, scrambling to make sure we had it out there for everyone to taste.
What have we got next?
Up next, we'll actually pick one of these cordials and taste them by itself, because there's a bit of history, and this is where we start to go backwards a little bit into our heritage. So a bit of history with the raspberry vinegar. Now, by all means, it's not too tart, it's not overly vinegary, but the vinegar aspect initially to this cordial, and a lot of our heritage cordials were made in conjunction with the local chemist.
Right.
They were sort of medicinal
Yeah.
Cordials and tonic ales and things like that. So initially this one was purportedly for sort of tummy aches and to sort of ease sort of digestion as well, with a little bit of vinegar in there. The same way as, say, salt on your steak, the vinegar brings out and highlights those raspberry flavours. So it's a bit of seasoning in there effectively. And we always like to serve this with a little bit of sparkling spring water.
Love it.
Have a go.
Thank you. Well, that's really fresh.
Yeah,
It's really
light,
crisp.
refreshing.
Like you get the
crisp.
raspberry, but
Yep.
then it's
Pretty easy going.
that's lovely.
That is a very easy substitution in a lot of cocktails and drinks as well.
Now I know raspberry vinegar is one of your originals, but Nathan did mention his favourite cocktail was a purple slipper.
Yes.
Were you able to taste that?
I reckon we can. And look, if there's one quintessential cocktail to have while you're at Bilson's, it's probably a purple slipper. So let's give you a demo on that one. What we'll start off with a bit of a coupe glass, a bit of a sugar rim, and we'll fill that with ice to begin with. We've got a little bit of egg white here. This actually gives us a bit of a foamy texture to the top of our drink. So we're just going to give that a bit of a shake to start off with. Now, by doing that first, that's going to give us a nice frothy top that we want on this cocktail. And here's where we can start adding the other ingredients. So the star of the show, Portello.
Family favourite.
That's the one. So that's going to give us a nice, beautiful colour, but also flavour. So just a single shot or 30 mils. Now this is a bit of a riff on a gin sour, so you could pretty much take that standard and sub in any of our cordials there. The gin we use in this slightly different from Alfred's, named after the man himself, George's Dry. We're actually going to do this is a fairly hefty one. We're going to do 2 shots in this cocktail. And last but certainly not least, being a sour, a little bit of lemon juice, and that's half a shot or 15 mils. In we go. Give that another shake. Alrighty. So now we'll strain this off into our glass for adding our garnish. Beautiful little maraschino cherry.
How did you know? Like literally all my favourite things in a
Just
drink.
on top, like that. And then we have the purple slipper.
Thank you so much, Sam.
Pleasure, Lee.
All right, cheers. That is delicious.
Give it as well. Now, by all means, going backwards, back into our history, something a bit more traditional. We'll finish on our beers, actually. We've just started to relaunch some of our beers. Now, obviously, we are a brewery. We've got a rich history in malting and more malty ales and things, not necessarily so much the hoppy stuff.
Yeah.
So one of these ones that we've really put out first is a nice, crisp, dry lager.
Very nice, thank
Go
you.
for it.
Oh yeah. That's my sort of beer. Yeah.
Likewise. Speaking of beer, we've definitely got a whole bunch more other than just the lager on the way this year. And on that note too, we'll head downstairs and we'll introduce you to Hamish, our head brewer, the man in charge of it all.
Okay, great. Thanks, Sam.
No worries at all, mate.
Next up, folks, we've got a real treat for you. We'll be meeting Hamish, the man behind reviving some of Bilson's finest brews.
G'day, Lee. How are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, good.
So you are the head brewer here at
Yes.
Billson's.
Yes.
And this is pretty much where we start.
Right here. Yeah, this is some grain I prepared earlier.
Great.
So this is some malt that we milled yesterday, and we're going to brew with next day. So as you can see, the little white bits is the carbohydrates called endosperm, and the grain's just been cracked. So we wet it. And this is the start of the whole process.
Fabulous. And what 2 brews are we going for here?
So we're going to make a double batch of pale ale. So yeah, it'll be pale ale all round for anybody that wants to drink it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now Nathan spoke about a brewer's diary that was found with one of the original stout recipes here.
Yeah.
And I feel like this might have a new life under your guidance.
Yeah. Look, I'm really excited by it. I think it's such a really cool thing to have a look at how old recipes were created, bring them to life, and see if I can modernise them or even just replicate them. I think it's going to be a great challenge.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, Hamish, show me around.
All right, so it's going to be a quick tour. Very small brewery, but this is the brew house over here. That vessel there is called the mash tun. That's where we put the milled grain directly in with the water, and then we pump that slurry across to the lauter tun,
Yep.
where we separate the grain from the liquid,
Yep.
and we create what's called wort. And then that gets pumped into the kettle, where we'll boil it for an hour, and then also whirlpool it, so probably about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then pump it through the heat exchanger just there, and cool it down from anywhere from 96 degrees to 12 or 22, depending on what we're trying to brew.
Yeah, lovely.
Whole day it takes about 6 hours.
Yeah, right.
And over here we've got the lovely distillery where they make the gins and some of the vodkas. Great to work in the same environment. You get to taste everything they're doing as well, so that's good fun. Yeah. So yeah, this is the sort of space that the creative stuff happens.
Lovely. Smells good.
Yep, always. Yeah.
So, Hamish, is this something you've prepared earlier?
This is our new easy drinking, easy pale ale mid-strength that I'm really happy with. It's got a lot of hop aroma. It's about 3.5% alcohol.
Great.
It tastes great. Doesn't taste like a 3.5% alcohol, so got that full flavour. And I love it. I think it's really good.
Okay. You see what's inside?
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Great flavour. Nice and full. Yeah,
Yep.
I would never pick that as an E.
No, 3.5.
As a light beer, that's
yeah.
great.
So we really want people to keep coming back to it, and we think it's there. We think it's ready for release.
Yeah, awesome. Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't the only part of the Billson's factory. There's a whole lot more next door. What have they got going on today?
So at the moment, Lee, on the can line, we've got the vodka premix pine lime, big sort of lime flavours, sort of like that key lime pie, which is delicious. It smells great. The factory smells great, nice and piney. Down there is really where the action is happening.
Right,
Lots of shiny tanks and machinery.
Well, thank you so much for chatting to us, Hamish, and showing us around, and good luck for this year.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
After all that brewing magic, I've definitely worked up an appetite. Nothing better than burgers and a beer from Hamish to fill the gap.
We are having a fabulous day here at Bilson's. I'm about to tuck in, but I will see you after the break.
Whilst filming the Cellar Australia in Beechworth, our crew chose to stay at the Lake House Beechworth. Designed with holidaymakers in mind, this exceptional property is possibly the best Beechworth has to offer and is a very special place to unravel with family and friends. Just a short, easy walk into town, but once you get to the Lake House, you won't want to leave. To book your stay at the Lake House Beechworth, visit lakehousebeechworth.com.au.
Welcome back to the Cellar Door Australia. We've left Bilson's Brewery and are now headed into historic Beechworth, a town known for its gold rush tales and preserved charm. Just a short walk down the main street is Bilson's Soda Bar, a nostalgic haven of flavours and old world allure. Let's pop inside and chat with Declan.
Declan, hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Lee. What do we have here?
So we're Bilson's Soda Bar. We're a fully non-alcoholic temperance bar. So we offer mocktails, spiders and sodas and milkshakes.
Gorgeous. And we have quite an array of cordials here. How many exactly do you
Absolutely.
have?
We have 36 different cordials with a new flavour coming out every 3 weeks. And at the moment, there's about 100 new ones in the pipeline. So we're set for a long time. We're really keen to see what the boys down in the cordial production line can do.
And it's just got such a beautiful vibe. Like you're on one of the main streets here. It feels very old worldly, like it's somewhere very familiar and fun.
Yes, this building was originally the printing press for Beechworth. The fireplace behind you is actually the original fireplace with a twist to keep the rain out. The shingles on the roof are original as well.
Yeah.
And we spent about a year restoring it to its former glory.
Beautiful. All right, so what do we start with?
I can make you a spider or I could make you a mocktail. What are we feeling like?
Oh, I think I have to go a spider.
Spider?
I mean,
Absolutely. Spiders are the best because there's nothing better than soda and ice cream.
that is true. And what cordial are we going with here? Is this your
We
favourite?
are going with the passion fruit. It is my personal favourite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we'll go a red straw and a spoon.
Thank you
All yours.
so much.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
Cheers. Thank you very much, Declan.
No worries. Enjoy.
Yum, 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 yum. I have to get into that now, I think.
Just give me a second here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Declan, that is delicious. Maybe it is time for a mocktail.
Absolutely. So we'll do the cool as a cucumber. It's made with an in-house cucumber and mint syrup. Then some of our mint julep cordial, which is absolutely gorgeous. A bit of crushed ice. Fresh cucumber. Soda water. And then to top us off, just a smidgen of lime juice. Cucumber band. Fresh mint. We'll go for a black straw. And that is your cool as a cucumber.
I can smell that mint already.
Now, we're in the Temperance Bar, fully non-alcoholic, cordials and sodas only. If you are looking for something a little bit boozier, there might be something through the cool room door.
Okay.
There might be food as well. It's definitely worth a look. There is a password to get in though. Mostly the locals know. If you ask at Bilson's or around town, you'll be sure to find out.
Okay, righty-o. I think I might know that one. Alrighty, I think it's time to come with me. Let's check out what's behind that cool room door. Thank you. Definitely a lot more boozy. We have had a fabulous day at Bilson's, but you're going to have to come and find this little secret for yourself. Cheers, and thanks for watching The Cellar Door.